You're watching Traders Morning Setups with Dex the Algo Capitalist. Dex created his pulse wave price trigger reports over 2 decades ago, and he's been using them to ride the pulse waves as a full-time trader ever since. Find out more about Dex's reports and sign up for our next webinar to learn how to use them at pulsewavetrading.com.
Good morning. Hopefully everyone had a wonderful weekend, but it's now time to get back to these markets. Got some exciting things that we're going to talk about today. In today's big story, we're going to take a look at the 2024 market predictions from over a dozen Wall Street firms. But first, let's get into the overnight markets themselves. US dollar index still holding that 102 handle, down 9 pips at 102.45. We have the euro up 27 pips at 109.70. Pound sterling down 22 pips at 126.75. And the Aussie is up 15 pips at 67.40. So kind of quiet overall in the Forex right now. Currencies are quiet. We have the Bitcoin futures down $985, trading at $41,455 after briefly dipping down to $40,685 in the overnight. And the Ethereum futures were down $98, trading at $2,163 even. And the market did dip as low as $2,125 in the overnight. And unfortunately, we do have a bearish 2-bar Charlie setup this morning on the Ethereum futures. What that means is we expect for there to be an all-day down day in the Ethereum futures and for the market to finish in the red. Crude oil futures are up $1.91 per barrel, trading at $73.69 per barrel. This after dipping to an overnight low of $70.98 per barrel. So the volatility in the crude oil futures is real. Next, we have the nat gas. And it's holding steady at $2.58. It's up 9 cents. Gold futures off 40 cents per ounce, trading at $2,036.20 per ounce. Silver futures up a nickel, trading at $24.20 per ounce. Copper is down 2 pennies at $3.87. Dow futures up 55 points, trading at 37,716. That's right, a 37,000 Dow. Who knew? I remember back in the day when the Dow was just at 10,000 and it was, a world-changing event when it hit 12,000. Wow. Looking at Ethereum, E-mini S&P 500 futures up 12.25 points at 47.80 and we have the NASDAQ 100 futures up 22.25, trading at 1684. Make that 16,843 now. Russell My Hustle up 9.4 points, trading at 2014.80. That's right, it's maintaining its stronghold on that 2000 level, managing to stay above it. Just like gold is managing to hold on for dear life as far as hanging on to its 2000 level. So this will be a race to see who will crack first between the Russell and gold. Who will crack below 2,000 first? Both markets have been holding steady, so we'll see. This is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. Moving on, we got soybeans up about a fraction of a point right now, trading at $13.16 per bushel. Corn off a penny, trading at $4.81 per bushel, and wheat down a whopping 8 cents, trading at $6.20 per bushel. And yeah, it's been a very quiet market overall when we had that 2-bar Charlie morning setup. Pain is coming for private equity. The supercomputer launching next year could bring us one step closer to cyborgs. And in business news, meet Ukraine's real power broker making key decisions amid its war with Russia. But first, let's make some predictions. Wall Street's crystal ball. There is an old joke about Wall Street's annual predictions. Just add 10% to the current market and call it a day. In reality, there's a bit more nuance to the process, but there's no denying speculating where the market will be a year from now is a bit of a crapshoot. But that doesn't stop people from trying. Yeah, I know social media is full of it. As often is the case, analysts are overly bullish about 2024. Most firms, 9 to be specific, have a bullish take on where the S&P 500 will be by the end of next year. 3 firms, including Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, have a neutral view of the market in 2024. Meanwhile, BCA Research and JP Morgan are the only ones that see things getting worse before they get better. Very interesting. While Wall Street is largely optimistic about the market's chances, there is still a wide range of opinions. The most bearish and bullish takes in the roundup are a world apart. BCA Research set an S&P 500 price target of 3,300. That's a devastating price from where it is now. While Yardeni Research sees the S&P 500 hitting 5,400 by the end of next year. So how can two sides see things so vastly different? For BCA researchers' outlook, the belief is that high interest rates will continue to take their toll on the market. Even if the Fed cuts rates, it won't likely be enough. They say any policy adjustment will come after the summer and things will already be headed downward at that point. Cracks are already appearing in the job market, and a default cycle could be on the horizon. It's worth noting that the firm's predictions was made before the Fed's comments about projection cuts in 2024. And then there's Yardeni Research, where the sky is essentially the limit for the market in 2024. Ed Yardeni sees the S&P 500 rising 17% thanks to what he calls the roaring 2020s. The thesis is that artificial intelligence will supercharge productivity and efficiency, equaling big gains in profitability for companies. Well, in our news brief, here's a quick recap of the top news from around the weekend. Rudy Giuliani can't make his $148 million defamation judgment go away, even if he can't pay. Elon Musk has started a war with Tesla workers that he's unlikely to win. U.S. Navy fights off barrage of 14 drones in Red Sea fired from Yemen as global trade problem looms. Henrys are turning to a little known and risky type of mortgage as home prices soar. And the candidate New York Republicans chose to replace George Santos has been a registered Democrat for more than a decade. You can't make this stuff up, people. I know what they say, truth is stranger than fiction. The dramatic come down of Wall Street's buyout kings after an incredible run, high interest rates have proven to be a thorn in the side of private equity's debt-laden business model. As a result, the next few years will be messy for PE firms and other portfolio companies. Here's what a fund manager up 55% this year is betting on. Barron Fifth Avenue Growth Fund has had incredible success this year. The firm is looking to continue its winning streak with a combination of high-profile NVIDIA and lesser-known names Trade Desk. You're a little late to the party if you are just now thinking about NVIDIA. Larry Summers sounds off. The former Treasury Secretary shared his views on what he'd do differently at the Fed and the odds of a soft economic landing. I'd say the odds of a soft economic landing at this point are 0. The world's first supercomputer that rivals the human brain speed will go live next year. It's called Deep South and is being developed by Western Sydney University. The hope is to better understand how brains can use such little power to process huge amounts of information. How to use Grok, Elon Musk's rival to OpenAI's ChatGPT. The chatbot is now available to certain users of X. It's a spicy rival to ChatGPT that is trained off X posts and speaks with sarcasm. AI companies are split on how much power to give CEOs. OpenAI and Anthropic both have measures to limit the CEO's ability to make big decisions. Meanwhile, Cohere embraced a more traditional structure that puts the founders firmly in control. Ukraine's real power broker after Russia's invasion, the generation of oligarchs that enjoyed free reign to plunder Ukraine's economy, has largely destroyed. But now, a new system of well connected people is maneuvering to exert control over a large swath of Ukraine's economy, law enforcement, and security apparatus. Top investors named the 25 healthcare startups set to take off next year. When investment activity dwindles, VCs are holding startups to high standards. Their top healthcare startup picks include companies that free up nurses' time, provide behavioral health care, and bring telehealth to Gen Z. Interesting how they call it behavioral health care. So adults in America have become nothing more than grown-up babies and little children that you need behavioral health care. They don't know how to behave now. Unbelievable. The top 32 managers and agents helping athletes forge careers in media and entertainment, launching podcasts, building influencer businesses, creating production companies. Athlete storytelling is booming, and these are the agents and managers making it happen. And in other news, there will be the 10 hottest real estate markets in the U.S. as home sales surge in 2024, according to the National Association of Realtors. Israel's Gen Z conscientious objectors are being shunned and are even going to prison for refusing to join the army. Costco gold bars were a hot holiday buy while they lasted. The most powerful news photos of the year. Can cringe be a SEC violation? $1 trillion investment giant Blackstone is getting roasted for its Era Tour inspired holiday video. Lyft President Kristen Shevnik on 2024. I'm excited to just move. I have a bias towards action. Jeff Bezos says compromising with coworkers is actually a bad idea because it doesn't lead to truth. Interesting. Chart of the day, there will be 152 rate cuts next year from central banks around the world, according to Bank of America. Hmm. What's happening today? Well, the rocket launch window for Blue Origin opens. The Jeff Bezos owned company plans to bring science and research materials into space. It's International Migrants Day. The day is meant to reflect on and celebrate the contributions of millions of migrants worldwide, according to the UN. And happy birthday, Billie Eilish, Sia, DMX, Joseph Stalin, Brad Pitt, Christina Aguilera, and Keith Richards were also born on this day. Wow. Okay. And with that, that is the news from around the world, what's happening right now. And of course, there's a whole lot more that can be said and talked about, but I'm not going to talk your ear off. That's it. This is our morning show. We talk about what's going on in the pre market and what you can expect in the upcoming day. And I think I've done my job. Now I just have to determine and figure out what are we going to do for the podcast today on Thinking Outside the Box. Do I even know what I want to talk about? I haven't the foggiest idea. Actually, I do. And, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. And it is bad. There's a lot of things that they don't want to talk about, especially in the mainstream media. But, we're going to talk about it because that's what we do. And unfortunately, we just can't talk about it here on YouTube without getting censored and in trouble. And we don't want trouble. So we're going to behave ourselves and we're going to take it over to Rumble at 11:30 a.m. East Coast New York time. So follow us there on Rumble. You can click the link in the description of this video, or go to pulsewavetrading.com, or just go right on over to Rumble and you'll see it there. Just look for Pulse Wave Trading and we will be there. So looking forward to seeing you guys there. And remember, the system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. That simply means make and take whatever profit you can without giving it back in the way of losses. And with that being said, smash the like button, share these videos with people you never know who it may help or encourage. And with that, I'll see you guys at 11:30. Peace.